Hey everybody, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a book haul from Poshmark, Amazon, and Barnes& and Noble. If you guys are new to my channel, I am a teacher and summer break is just around the corner. So I wanted to just gather some books that I wanted to read over the summer, and they are in like no particular genre, no particular order that I want to read them in. I'm just sharing with you guys what is piquing my interest. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first book that I want to read, or one of the books that I'm looking forward to reading this summer, is called The Strong Black Woman: How a Myth Endangers the Physical and Mental Health of Black Women. So I believe this is going to be such an informative read. And I think this is a term that's kind of thrown around to be something positive, to like celebrate Black women, but this same phrase can be really detrimental. As me being a woman of color, I've been in situations where I had no other choice but to be strong on the outside and put on a brave face, but was really struggling on the inside. So I can't wait to hear these women's stories in this book and just learn from their stories and really just dive into what it means to be strong and learning how to ask for help and being okay with not being okay and with not being strong. The next book is one that I'm currently reading. It's called The Wreckage of My Presence by Casey Wilson, and it is a book of personal essays. And personal essays is a genre that I love. I am currently working on my own collection of personal essays. So I really wanted to dive into this genre and just kind of see what other people are talking about, what people are mentioning in their personal essays. So usually when I read, I use a paper clip, and I will put a paper clip probably about another 100 pages or so backwards, and that'll be kind of like my goal as to where I want to leave off next time. It kind of motivates me to read and really focus on the book that I'm reading, and it gives me like a little goal each time that I am reading. So I'm really enjoying personal essays. I love storytelling. I love when people share their stories. So I'm really enjoying this book a lot. The next book that I picked up from Barnes& and Noble is Poetry and Prose, and these are another one of my favorite genres. I love to write poetry. I love prose, and I'm loving that these two genres are present in one book. It's called 18 Inches, The Distance Between the Heart and the Mind. And I'm really looking forward into just diving into this author's story. And I just really love to get down into people's hearts and their souls and learn what their hopes and dreams and fears are, and insecurities. And I think the human experience is what brings us together. I feel like no matter what we look like or what our backgrounds are, I feel like at the core we're all human and we've all have had similar experiences. The next book is science fiction, and this is a genre that I have not really read much, so I really wanted to try something new. So this is called The Phlebotomist, and it's about in the future where citizens are going to have to do mandatory blood draws, and some scientist is going to figure out some corrupt government stuff going on. So I'm really looking forward into reading this book. I love science fiction movies. I just haven't read a science fiction novel. So I'm really opening myself up to different genres. And I used to stick to contemporary fiction or a little bit of romance. and I'm looking forward to exploring. So, the next book I'm going to read is a collection of poems called Black Girl Call Home by Jasmine Mance. Again, poetry is one of my favorite genres, so I'm really looking forward to just reading about someone else and their life's experiences. Also, looking forward to reading more about women of color, and I can't wait to, dive into this book. And I love to write poetry myself, so I'm just really looking forward to getting some ideas and just opening myself up to other people's experiences. I think that is so important for me to like get out of my own head and what's going on in my own life and really consider somebody else's life experiences. The next book I got on Poshmark, and this was in like brand new, perfect condition. It is a trilogy, and I'm a sucker for trilogies because when I read a book, I get really attached to the characters and I don't want the stories to end. So, this is a steamy, erotic trilogy. So, yeah, it's a little spicy, so I really like it. It's really good so far. I have a little piece of paper in there now for a bookmark. And one of the things I really like about this book is that it's told from her point of view and her love interest's point of view. So I get to see how she experiences things, and then I get to see how her lover experiences things too. So they're both telling the story from their point of view. So I was totally late to this series by Jenny Han, To All the Boys I Loved Before. Apparently, this was a film. I must have been hiding under a rock. I'm always so late to like what's on trend. So I know I am several years behind on this book, but I picked up this 3 book set on Poshmark, and I was like, this just seems like a good read. So yeah, I thought I would just pick up all 3. They were being sold together as a set. And I believe this is YA. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't read a lot of young adult fiction, so looking forward to just diving into her experience. And I feel like To All the Boys I've Loved Before is just like such an appropriate thing for me to read as I am contemplating that very part of my life right now. The next book is something I got off of Poshmark. It's called The Telling, and I just thought the cover was really cool. And then once I kind of looked and saw and read what the book was about, it became like more interesting. I believe the protagonist, her stepbrother passes away, and I thought I could identify with this story as I lost my older brother. So I just wanted to read what that was like for her and how her life changed with the death of her stepbrother, because I know that grief and loss, it has certainly changed me, and there's never a way that I could go back to the person I was before my brother passed away. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. The next book I also purchased on Poshmark, and this is also like science fiction, 2312, and I think this is going to be such an exciting read. I just love like thinking about what the world is going to be like in that time and what type of, advances in technology is going to be out in the world. And I just really love to consider all possibilities when I read. I really love to go down the rabbit hole. I really love to get wrapped up in my books. I love for my books to just like consume me. This one, it's been used, and I don't mind a good old used dog-eared book. I do go to used bookstores as well, so I don't mind that my books have been loved and read before. That doesn't bother me at all. I also love like a big chunky book. I love to read, really thick books, even though it takes me a really long time. So yeah, and I'm not planning on reading these books in any particular order. It's just stuff that I want to pull from. So the next book is The Martian, and I've seen this movie when it came out. And the reason why I wanted to read the book is because I read The Bourne Identity and The Bourne Supremacy. And in those movies, it featured Matt Damon, just like in this movie, it featured Matt Damon. So I thought I would give the book a read as well. So growing up, I had the hugest crush on Matt Damon. I thought he was going to ask me to marry him and we were going to go live in Palos Verdes right off the beach and we were going to live happily ever after and skip off into the sunset. I'm still holding out hope. So, yeah, The Martian. So, the next couple of books I purchased are graphic novels. So, these books, Paper Girls, they're kind of giving me like E.T. vibes, The Goonies vibes, Stranger Things vibes. It's like kids in the 80s on bikes kind of thing. And, I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 80s. So this is like some way out, like science fiction type stuff. It's like totally something that I wouldn't normally read. I've never read a graphic novel before. So I wanted to see kind of what that was like. My son is really into graphic novels. This will probably be a little too much for him. I don't think this is for his age per se, but he's really into graphic novels. So I thought I would read a graphic novel and just kind of see, how I felt about reading it. I'm usually the type of person that loves to picture things in my own head, like without pictures. So this is going to be interesting to like read and have the pictures here available. So yeah, I just wanted to again dive into a totally different genre, get out of my comfort zone and read something completely different. So the next book that I'm going to read is called The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. Now, I have not read the Twilight series. I did see a couple of movies, I believe. So I have not read any of Stephanie Meyer's work. Like I said, I'm usually years behind trend. So any book that's like popular, you can guarantee I probably have not read it. I'm usually really late on these things, but I thought this book was so interesting. And as I'm reading what the book is about, I was like, this sounds a lot like Jason Bourne and the Bourne Identity. And sure enough, she said this book is dedicated to Jason Bourne. And then Aaron Cross, I think Aaron Cross was in the James Patterson series, but I could be wrong there. Let me know in the comments if you guys know who or where Aaron Cross is from. So I am really looking forward into reading this book. I love me a good espionage spy, black ops kind of novel. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I would love to know down in the comments, what are you guys reading this summer? How often do you read? I don't get to read as nearly as much as I did when I was younger and before I had a child and, life happened. But I can't wait to read. My summer vacation is here, and I'm just really looking forward to sitting on the couch or in my bed or on the beach or at the park and just really getting lost in one of these books. And I find that as I get older, I don't just like read one book all the way through. I kind of bounce around between my books and usually takes me a long time to finish them that way, but I just kind of go with whatever's grabbing my attention and I just kind of go from there. So again, I would love to know what you're reading down in the comments. What is your favorite genre? Do you like fiction, nonfiction, poetry, prose, personal essays, autobiography, true crime, science fiction? I would love to know. what you guys are reading this summer. Thank you so much for watching this video. And before I let you guys go, I will be announcing my subscriber giveaway winner. So go ahead and stick around to the end. So let's get into the subscriber giveaway. So the winner of this giveaway is Glitter Me Happy, and I will post your information right here up on the screen so you know exactly who you are. So what you'll be receiving is this journal here, this pink one that I mentioned in the previous video. I also have another journal very similar to this one, which is another little surprise that I'm going to throw in. So this journal here is my catch-all. So this isn't the journal that you will be receiving, but yours will look very similar like this. It is the 8.5 by 11 size with the 11 discs. Happy planner hole punch. There's 11 discs, so it'll be nice and big because you indicated that you wanted a big journal. So I didn't want to show the journal on camera because I wanted it to be a surprise, but I did want to show my catch-all here just so you can kind of get a better idea of what's in store for you. This is just kind of how, you know, chunky this journal can get. You know, there's a lot of room to grow in this journal. So again, congratulations on being the subscriber giveaway winner. Thank you so much for participating and watching my videos, liking them, commenting, and I really appreciate it. So in the description, I'm going to leave my email, and just go ahead and email me and let me know where you would like for me to send your journals and some other little goodies that I'm going to throw in there, some other like stationery stuff like stickers and whatnot. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.